all uniformed personnel. Attention! Present on. Order on. Eddie.
Welcome, everyone. Please have a seat. Get comfortable. I want to announce right up front that just for making the trip today, we want to show our appreciation, and we have cake afterwards. We thought if we had cake, we'd get even more people. They're coming in now. I mean, cake's a big deal, right? So today I'm pleased to welcome Victoria Bailey to the City of Stoughton Police Department. It's a big day. It's your second day, a day you will always remember, and all of us will as well. Welcoming new officers is always interesting. They bring new ideas, new thoughts. They see things we haven't seen. We begin to mold you, turn you into one of us. Hopefully you somehow morph into something we all appreciate, and I'm sure that will happen. You began to impress us from day one throughout the interview process. Your coworkers, your former employer had all kinds of good things to say about you. So it seems like we're already ahead of the game. You don't seem like a stranger by any means. I feel like I already know a lot about you. As you start in a city this size, I think you'll learn about what's like a small city in Wisconsin's all about. People here seem to really appreciate us. We appreciate them. There's a real connection with the community. It's very important to maintain that because we've seen in other places where it kind of deteriorates a little bit. But having that vibe, showing that we're honest, we're hardworking, a town like Stoughton appreciates it. I think it's important for us to pay homage to our past as we move forward. This particular building's full of history. I like to revisit it. It was a former mayor's office, a lot of history here. This is places where some of our former mayors resided, working hard day in, day out. I like to mention their names like Lionel Cooper, Helen Johnson, Robert Barnett, and Donna Olson, who's present here in the crowd today. In this very office, fire chiefs like Oscar Fortin, Odine Tigan, and Marty Lamers, who's also present, would manage a growing fire department, where former police chiefs like Cliff Creedeman, Jerry Treloff, Steve Grady, Pat O'Connor, and Greg Leck would meet with the mayor and other city officials to discuss business and strategies. In this very building, in a tragic evening in 1934, Officer Paul Crabby would leave and begin his tour of duty, and he was just murdered after being ambushed just 2 blocks from here to our east. This particular office also hosted swearing-in ceremonies throughout the years where young sergeants like Joe Hickox, Larry Shield, Brian Gown, and Rick Helsted would bring new officers like Tom Nelson, Jerry Offerdahl, and Pat Lewis to be sworn in. Give me a second. Before city clerks like George Hovey, Judy Kenney, and Luann Almy. Today, Victoria, you will become part of our history. You become one of us. You will see that our current clerk, Candy Christian, is about to swear you in. Our current mayor, Swadley will be giving a speech, as will Lieutenant O'Neill. Another part of our chapter is being recorded before our eyes. Mayor Swadley.
Good afternoon and welcome all. We appreciate you all being here, families and friends. As Chief pointed out, Marty and Donna, who also serve on the Police and Fire Commission. We appreciate the work of all the members there. We have other various city staff here as well. Derek Westby's here doing the IT and media services. HR Director AJ Gillingham is here as well. And then there's other officers in the room, as well as our clerk Candy, who you'll meet. Fire Chief Rip is here as well. And you can see that, you're not just joining an organization or a team, you're joining a family. So welcome to our family. This is an amazing day for you and all of us for being here. As Chief mentioned, this is, an amazing place. Stoughton Opera House is upstairs. I talked to Julie. She's willing to do tours for anyone that wants to see the historic Opera House. This building was built in the 1900s, 1901, I think, is when it actually opened. And there is a lot of history up in the room as well. So feel free to go up there and have a tour of the entire facility if you wish. The other thing I just want to say is, the rest of the officers here have just been wonderful under the leadership of Chief Jenks. We really have formed a tight-knit group, and they're very active in the community as well, various events, and we appreciate that. And hopefully you'll enjoy being part of that, because I know we're going to enjoy having you here as well. So thank you all again for being here, and I look forward to seeing you around Stoughton.
Thank you, Mayor. Now I'd like to introduce Lieutenant Chad O'Neill.
Thank you, and thank you everybody for coming. I'm going to hopefully lighten it up a little bit, but that was good. Vicky, I guess we call you now. I heard some people calling you Vicky, so now we know what to call you. But we're going to get into what we're going to call you in a little bit here, okay? But yeah, just to kind of go over some of the same talking points that the others spoke about. We started off with you in the interview process, and you shined there. You had some competition that had more years of experience, some not, but really your personality really shined through. I even asked you in the interview, how are you going to come from the city of Beloit to what I call Mayberry, because let's face it, they're very different communities. Each have their good and bad, I think. But your answer was great. You said, hey, with having less call volume, I'd like to have the opportunity to focus on, community engagement, which when you go call to call in a city like Beloit, you don't really get that opportunity. So that was a great answer, and I don't think it was a BS answer. I think it was genuine, and we've seen you continue to talk to us about that in your hopes to get out there within the community. So we're looking forward to that. An agency our size, it does give us the ability to build relationships. So we want you to focus on that, and we do think that we have a great relationship not only with within ourselves, but also within the partners in the city, our city leaders. As you can see, a lot of them here today probably didn't get that in Beloit. I don't know. See, so we're better already. But anyway, another question we asked you is, have you applied to other departments? Is this something like you have 20 applications out? And you said, no, just here. And that resonated with us, saying, well, she's done her homework. She wants to work here only right now. It's not like she's just trying to get out of Beloit for any agency. So that was huge for us, and we appreciate that. Going back to the whole family kind of comments from the mayor, we do have a strong sense of family here, and I think you're going to fit in well. You already are, in my opinion. I think the sense of family goes from the top to the bottom and the bottom to the top. I'd be willing to go to war with any of these ladies and gentlemen, and I think they do the same for me. I think you're going to find that very rewarding. And then we kind of get into, well, what is your role going to be here, right? We don't really know yet. Chief said, we'll hope to find your niche here, and I know we will. But I kind of thought, well, what is your role right now? And right now, in our family, I think you're like this little bubbly, happy little sister we all have. So, and that's a good thing, right? Like, it's not a bad thing. Many officers have nicknames. Let's see who we got in the audience. I won't go there, but I thought, well, usually it comes from an incident or somebody out on the street calls you the wrong name or whatever. There's usually a story behind it. So, Michael, we should get you a nickname right off the bat. So I kind of thought like maybe Officer Bubbly, or like you're just like always happy, like a bright ray of sunshine. So like Officer Sunshine. We'll see what sticks, all right? So we'll get you there, and then those guys will get you something more appropriate. But for now, maybe it'll be Vicky Sunshine or something along those lines. Okay? So there's been talk like, how can she be so happy all the time? Like, you've got 3 years in law enforcement and you haven't been jaded yet. So, and hopefully you don't. But we've made comments like, there's no way she can be that happy all the time, right? Like, she's putting on a show. But no, you are generally a great personality, positive, bubbly. We love it. And to prove this, yesterday, she's in the squad room. I'm in the squad room. The chief walks, this is her first day yesterday. The chief walks in. She gives him a hug. That's great, right? So I check in today. I come in. We're on the corner. Here's the chief. He wants a hug from me. So thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah. So I think it might be the first day in our history. We'll have to check the research for that. But I don't know that any chief's been hugged on day one. But hey, you did it. But in all seriousness, we are excited for you to get started and join our family, like we said. I think you'll be more than impressed by the support we receive from the community and our city leaders. I'm sure you've already seen that at this point. So we look forward to you bringing your personality to us and to the city, and as long as with your talents that you've already established, and to grow those talents, especially when it comes to community-based policing and growing with us as an agency. So welcome to the family. It's great to have you. And with that, I will turn it over to Miss Candy for the official swearing in. Where do you want? Right here? Audio's here?
I guess we usually do it up here.
Yeah.
You want to join me?
Okay.
All right, get your cameras ready.
Yeah, get the camera.
Just slide this back. Can you hold this in your left hand just so you can hear? Okay, thank you. Okay, Victoria, can you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, Victoria P. Bailey,
I, Victoria P. Bailey,
having been duly appointed
having been duly appointed
a City of Stoughton police officer
a City of Stoughton police officer
in and for the state of Wisconsin,
in and for the state of Wisconsin,
do solemnly swear that I will support
do solemnly swear that I will support
and defend the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin.
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin.
I will faithfully discharge the duties
I will faithfully discharge the duties
of a police officer to the best of my ability.
of a police officer to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
And then we have your law enforcement oath. Again, your right hand, thank you. On my honor, I will never
On my honor, I will never
betray my badge, my integrity,
betray my badge, my integrity,
my character, or the public trust.
my character, or the public trust.
I will always have the courage to hold
I will always have the courage to hold
myself and others accountable for our actions.
myself and others accountable for our actions.
I will always uphold
I will always uphold
the Constitution,
the Constitution,
my community,
my community,
and the agency I serve.
and the agency I serve.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. Come on back up. This is about as close as I get to being a best man anymore. So if we could have the Elkies come on up. You're going to be doing the pinning. This is the best man joke. I have the badge somewhere. There it is. There's the. So, Amy and Fergus. with your now recorded oath in place, we welcome you to our family officially. I want to thank the Opera House staff, Bill and Julie, for allowing us to use this beautiful room, and want to invite everyone to join us for cake and refreshments. Thank you all for attending today's ceremony.